Hello, welcome to Rarely Rad, episode 4. I'm Haley with Isabel. Okay.
Oh, what is this?
I thought you were going to say your name, but okay. And this episode is going to be releasing the day before Isabel's birthday.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize it was the day before. Yeah, my birthday's on
Yeah.
Thursday.
Do you have
29.
any fun plans?
My friends invited me out on her boat, so that's kind of cool. But it's also a little cold, so we'll see how that goes.
Are you doing that on the weekend or?
Yeah, on the Saturday. And other than that, I don't really have anything. 29 is like an awkward year. It's like almost scarier to turn 29, I feel like, than to turn 30, because I feel like 29, it's like you're closing a chapter of your 20s,
Yeah.
and then 30, you're starting.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling very weird about this
And
birthday,
like
even though
30 is the new 21.
exactly.
So
With
like you're just like
hangovers.
you're turning 20 and it's lame.
Yeah. So I don't know. It feels weird to turn 29, but I don't know. I guess it is what it is. It happens to everybody.
If they make it.
So obviously there's kind of like I feel like cups have their own like community. Like the Stanley cup and the hydro flask and like the us whatever the heck that one's called. That's like the basic bitch cup.
Voila. Mine's
Yeah.
not basic.
It's like a girl cup.
Oh yeah, if a boy had this, that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like the girl cup, and then the Yetis, like, which are kind of like meant for everybody, but now they're more like masculine.
Yeah.
I feel like. And then there's like what is the oak something, which I'm like, that's like redneck status.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I think they only sell at Walmart. I've just like seen it something, but I feel like the girlies, they get the Stanleys, they get the hydro flasks.
Yeah. Well, and we all have our emotional support water bottle. Like,
Exactly.
I don't go anywhere without this. If I get in my car and I don't have my water bottle, I'm like, shit. How am I going to drive without water?
I know. I'm sitting in this room right now, and the first thing I did when I sat down, I was like, I don't have my cup with me. I've never traveled alone. Like, what is this, you know? But I was like, whatever. I didn't feel like standing back up and go get it. It seemed like a lot too. But so I've been like in this weird like pink phase right now. Like I'm going through this phase where I'm just like obsessed with pink, and I don't know why.
Yeah, you wear your pink pants in the second episode?
Yeah, and then I have bought some bright pink sweatpants too. Like,
remember when we went on our walk and you were wearing your pink pants and that old woman said, "Oh, I love your pink flares."
Yeah, I was like, I'm never wearing these again. But so like one thing I was thinking, like Stanley Cups in the US, like a huge thing. They had that Target did like that Valentine's limited edition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pink Stanley. People literally died before them. So like, and they all sold out in 10 minutes. They're impossible to get. But every day I just get bored and I look to see, I'm like, maybe there's one up. But I will only buy it from like Target or Stanley. Because other than that, I'm like, it's fake or resale. Like you don't even know what you're getting. Some people are saying those for like $300. I'm like, who's paying that?
You can't be ratchet with a fake Stanley.
Yeah, like, and you're paying the same amount for a fake Stanley as a real Stanley. Like, get out of here. Well, so I was Vans. So I've been looking for this pink Stanley Cup for like forever, just because I've been
the one that was released for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, and I've just been looking, like I just kind of like scroll through. I'm like, maybe I'll find it. Like I'm just like Google like Stanley Cup, pink Stanley Cup, and if it comes up, if not, whatever. I'm not like on the hunt for it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check the Stanley Canada website, and they have them on there, and they're cheaper. Yeah, because the conversion rate, it's 33% lower than buying one in the United States.
Interesting.
I obviously bought one, so now I'm in the limited edition babe.
Has it come in yet?
No, not yet.
But we know you bought it from a real website?
I bought it from the Stanley website.
Okay. I'm just going to make sure. Remember when you bought your Vejas from Europe and they never came?
They shipped them again. They got here.
Yeah, but the first set never arrived.
Yeah, it was like this boutique in London. I ordered because USPS lost it. They lost like 4 of my packages that month. It was December, so I guess that's what it was. But it got lost in Queens, New York, which I was like, okay, annoying, but whatever. Then I had to ask for a new pair, but now I have them. But yeah, now I'm like in a limited edition bright pink Stanley Cup girl.
She's just a pink girl these days.
I am just a pink girl these days.
It's your whole personality.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid that. I really hope I don't get to that point where I'm making like I have to have something pink all the time. I don't know. I don't know when this is gonna end. I'm starting to wonder if it actually is. Like I do have just like a regular little standard pink, but then I got a little headphone case, very
Jeez.
pink.
Oh my god, and it has a giant ass pink pom pom.
I know, with a little pearl.
Who
It's getting a
are
little
you?
bit out of control.
You're saying that's a little bit out of control? That's beyond out of control.
This pen I've had for forever though. The
Okay.
pen with the pom pom, but
No, if you walked into my place with that AirPod case, I think I'd literally be like, what the fuck is this?
well, I have 2 AirPod cases, and that's the one I just leave at home.
Okay, thank goodness. That's
Yeah,
good.
I don't go out in public with it because I do think that's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, that's at home only case.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm like, I like this, but I was like, this is for at home only. One thing I want to talk about, the friggin' shark in North Carolina, or the
Dude,
stingray.
her name's Charlotte.
Yeah,
Um,
she's in North Carolina.
yeah. What do we know when the babies are due? The pups?
I don't know, but I'm on patrol because
Yeah,
I'm ready.
everyone is. And like, so if you don't know about it, basically there's this pregnant stingray, which complete side note, I've been stung by a stingray and I lived unlike Steve Irwin. So sick flex. But she's pregnant, has no male stingrays in her tank with her. And so there's basically 2 possible scenarios. One, she impregnated herself, which is apparently a very, very, very rare thing that stingrays have done. And I guess we've never seen it happen before. It kind of sounds like. Or she could be pregnant with the first litter of a shark stingray. And the only reason they're thinking that is possible, at least from my knowledge, is all from TikTok. So
Yeah, right. Take this with TikTok grain of salt.
yeah. This is TikTok news. Apparently when sharks mate, they also kind of bite each other. And she had some shark bite marking.
Well, they had a male shark in there
Yeah.
in the stingray tank for a little bit, so they're wondering if they crossbred.
Yeah.
So either this shark or this stingray shark baby is the new Jesus. It's come to correct all the stingray's sins, specifically the one killing Steve Irwin.
Well,
or
if it's a Jesus one, it's not shark.
You're right. If it's okay, so if it's the Jesus one, either way, I'm saying if this might be like he's, like Virgin Mary, he's coming to rectify everybody's, specifically Steve Irwin's sins. Or I can also feel this. I'm feeling it. This is the start of women weeding out men. We don't need them anymore. We don't need them. We don't even need them to procreate.
No.
Who run the world? Girls.
Yeah.
Girls.
I mean, I feel like women, like human women, I feel like they would do it on their own if they could.
Yeah, I know they would. The amount of women that are like, it's so much easier. It's not like the women are doing everything anyway.
But I guess that's why there are sperm donors. But at the same time, I don't think I'd ever go to a sperm donor bank.
No, but if women could do it on them by themselves, like without the sperm,
no
they
man
would
out
do that too. Yeah, it's like a 100% woman baby.
Yeah.
She's the next president. Like it only makes sense.
Yeah, but do we need a second copy of a Haley and an Isabel? I'm not sure.
Probably not, but it sounds better than like half of me and half of some man.
No.
At least I'm perfect. I'm bringing in imperfection into my child.
Yeah, that's true.
Know? When if it was just me, it would just be the perfect being.
With a little issues.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what makes it perfect.
But give it enough meds and it's good.
Yeah, I look like I run a pharmacy over here. Yeah, no, yesterday I went to brunch and I was super early. So I was like, whatever, I'm just going to walk down to CVS. And I thought I was only going to pick up like a packet of birth control. And you know how they're just like a thin
little thing.
And so I was like, I'll just carry this in my purse. No, they gave me like 2 other things. And so I had 3 birth control packets and then 2 pill bottles in my purse. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to have like a regular Saturday. Like, I don't want to look like I have a lot of issues. I don't need that.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing I was talking about.
Imagine if you got robbed and they stole your purse and they just open it up and it's just all your pills.
they'd sell them and they'd make a lot of money. Honestly, it'd be a Rob well worth. But this is what I was thinking about yesterday. So one of my friends, she has a baby. She came up with us, and I know they'd been talking about baby number 2. So I'm like, what are y'all thinking with that? She's like, probably waiting until their current baby is out of diapers. She's like, it's a lot. And I was like, yeah, I can understand. I was like, you've technically got, she's like, I don't want it to be weird and socially awkward. I was like, no, I totally get that. I was like, I'm 3 years older than my sister. So like, that's the cutoff. That's the spectrum. Cause I'm barely teetering on social awkwardness. So like, if you get it under 3 years, there will be like no social awkward, you won't have a socially awkward child. If you do over 3 years, then yeah.
You think?
4 years age gap is like a lot from one child to another. And I'm teetering and I'm at 3 years.
With your next oldest sister.
Yeah, my middle sister. Yeah. And 6 for my youngest.
Yeah, I could see that. 3 years is still like, I think you can get it, but it's not awful. But I would say like 5 years, that's when it's like, yeah, they're like in totally different stages.
Yeah, they're not playing.
If there's no one in between.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're not playing together at that age. Like,
yeah.
One's at school, the other one's in diapers, like crawling, like not even able to crawl.
Yeah, because so it's me, my brother, my sister, and my sister's the youngest, and she's 5 years younger than me. But my brother and I are only a year and a half apart. So like school-wise, we're only a grade apart.
Yeah.
So we always had our own things, and we were kind of kidding before she was able to kid. So she was like the child that was taken to all of our sports games and everything with a coloring book because we were old enough to already be doing the sports and the stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see that.
I think my baby sister and I, like, we didn't have a lot in common until she got older, because somebody who's 12 isn't going to have the same thing in common as somebody who's 6. And that doesn't even happen. I feel like with an age gap like that, you don't really start building like actual friendships until you're basically like in your 20s.
Well, once you reach, like, I would say the ripe age of 20, I don't want to say 23, but like 23 and a half, 24 and up, you're like the same age as everyone.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm 23 and she's like 18.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, I think like a 23-year-old or like a 24-year-old and like a 29-year-old, they can get along.
Yeah.
And hang out.
I agree. That's still like a friendship.
They can be into similar things and have a friendship. But before that, the person again, I don't want to say 23. I'm like 23 and a half.
Yeah, it's a little more than 23.
Yeah. Until you're that age, like someone that's like 26, they don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah. 22 is such a, like, you're a child.
Yeah. Like
people getting married at 22, like you're a child bride.
You're still in college, kind of, and you've not really worked, and like you just don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people at 22 end up moving back home. Like, if they're like right out of college, they're trying to like, move back home. Some of them end up just like staying back in their hometown. Ew.
Would never be us.
God, no. My boyfriend always talks about, he's like, I want to move to Florida. And I was like, moving to Florida is such a step backwards for me in my life.
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever do it. Like, I could maybe do like a month in Boca Raton.
Yeah.
Boca Raton. But I was like, no way I'm going back to Orlando.
Absolutely not. If I had to move to Florida, I think I'd go like the Tampa route.
Tampa's not bad. I like Tampa.
But I still don't think it would be my first choice of where. If I was moving out of Atlanta, I don't think I'd be like, Florida, I'm going Tampa. Where I go, I don't know. I have and that's something it's interesting. A lot of my friends here in Atlanta, they all plan to move back home eventually.
I know.
And so it's like, I feel like sometimes I'm like that odd one out where I'm like, no, Atlanta's my home. Like, I don't plan to leave here. I'm not against leaving here. Like, if I have a husband that gets a job elsewhere or something, like, I'm not opposed to leaving Atlanta, but like, it's not a mental plan for me. Like, oh no, I'll be moving back, Well, I mean, I'd never be moving back to Orlando.
No, that's for me. That's kind of, I guess, like Charlotte's like that for me. Like, I want to move out of Charlotte, but I'll move back.
Yeah.
Well, it's my home.
And so I guess that's how they feel. Like they'll move back to what they call their home, and Atlanta is just their current standpoint. Orlando fucking just sucks.
God, it's so fucking bad. They don't have anything good. Dude, that's what we should name this podcast. Fuck Orlando. Okay, one thing, men, inferior species, we all know it.
Obviously.
Dishwashers.
The Stingrays are showing us.
The Stingrays are ahead of us.
Yeah. I also, not to like really bring it back to the Stingrays, but like, are we seeing evolution?
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, because if we now have a Stingray shark, if that happens, there's no way, like, the Stingray shark has to be stronger than the shark and the Stingray alone.
Yeah, because can you imagine it eating and stinging you?
Yeah. Also,
that's
is
a
it
creep.
gonna kind of have wings like a stingray, but then what's the pointer thing on the
fin?
back? A fin on the back?
I mean, I think it will have
It look like a
the
dragon
side
fruit.
fins, but I think the side fins will be like maybe a little flappier. I mean, there's so many different outcomes.
Yeah, I need some people to start. We should ask the AI.
AI, yeah.
Design a shark.
Yeah, that's
Remember,
it could be the next, it could be creepy. It could get weird out there.
when everyone was doing that AI generator for like their profile photos?
Yeah, sometimes I see people still have that as like their, like, yeah, I can kind of understand your LinkedIn profile because it's like
100%.
nobody is taking professional, like nobody's gonna pay for that. I'm not gonna go pay for somebody to take a professional picture of me.
No.
So I'm like, yeah, I'll just like get it AI'd. But then you put it as your Facebook profile picture.
And then you don't say like AI did this or whatever. And then, I mean, I've seen the people that post it as their profile photo on Facebook, and then all of a sudden they have like 80 comments. And everyone's like, "You look so pretty here. You look, bitch, it's a computer.
It's not me. That is not you.
Be like, thanks. And I'm like, honey.
I know. I'm more surprised. I guess this is part of evolution too. Like we're thinning it. Like the fact that people look at that and they like believe that that's not an AI generated picture.
Yeah.
Cut out, what is it? Survival of the fittest. I mean, you're not getting it. Like that doesn't even look like that person. I don't even have to know what that person looks like, but I can look at that picture and tell that it's AI generated.
Remember when we were like throwing our faces in all these things, and half of them, I look like a like Indian woman.
Yeah, you look like, yeah.
Like they made me so like tan and structured. I didn't look like me. And then remember when they made you like, I mean, you're blonde, but they made you like platinum blonde.
Oh yeah, like white.
Yeah.
And they gave me a bob.
I do think like the kids it made of me were cute, but I think that's just because they were like AI kids. But like the ones of me pregnant, awful.
Also, like nobody in AI is ever ugly, you know? So it's like, let's be honest, like we've all got a little bit of odd features here and there. Like I know, and I'm not gonna look like that. Like I wish.
You're the Walmart version, the AI version.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping we are moving past this like AI trend a little though, like of the photos. But I have been seeing the ones. I somehow got on the TikTok algorithm of them like, I guess AI is creating photos and AI can like predict what the photo looks like outside. So like say it's like a close-up photo and then like you want to expand the photo and it'll make up more. So like
I see.
I've seen like one where they start with the person's eye and like literally it's the eye and then you're like AI like makes the face
out, yeah,
body, and then all of a sudden that's like where they are and then like more and more and more, which has been interesting, but I haven't played with it at all. I've just watched the TikToks on it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know how, I'm like thinking about how that works with like photographers in the future. Like, are we even gonna need them?
Yeah, like
we're still gonna need them, and I'm one like, not that I think they're not gonna need them, but like I'm wondering how the like photographers, I guess, would like play with AI for like a wedding shoot or like a
Adobe Photoshop came out with their AI thing. Like there's a yellow curb in it. You can literally like circle the yellow curb and say like remove the yellow or whatever, and it will literally give you like 4 options of like how you want it to look, and you choose the one that looks the best in your opinion. And that's how I think you also can like remove people and stuff. You like circle them and just say like remove objects.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you can do that on your phone too.
yeah, but we don't know how to.
I've done it.
Oh,
Yeah, you just do it on iPhone.
I'm impressed. I have no idea how to do that.
I had to do it for one of my pictures we took in Nashville. This weird photo bomber popped in one of my pics, and I was like, erase. It was a really good picture, and then it was like, I don't want to post this because this person is like, it looked like they were just like straight up in the picture, but whatever. Back on the topic of men not knowing how to do jack shit,
Yeah,
the way they load dishwashers is
dude.
fine.
What? How do they not know?
I don't know because
Like, I understand. Like, we as women, we didn't like have a class that like load the dishwasher, but how have we figured it out? And they just have no idea.
it's really just common sense. I mean, you're just trying to put as much in there as possible. Like it's like when you were a kid and you got like little things and you had to fit like the square into the square peg, not the circle peg. And like they didn't master that, I guess. And there's like one plate over here, and then there's like
and they're all flipped like different directions.
yeah, and then there's like a plate and then like a Tupperware and like then like a bowl and then another plate. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just plate?
Yep.
You know, like why? And it's
Yeah.
just scary, and I don't really understand like where we went wrong to where such simple tasks as like loading dishwashers, like they just don't know how to do it.
Well, and then you like imagine, okay, if they can't use a dishwasher, how do they wash their clothes?
I don't know. Austin does his own laundry.
And it
I
comes-
honestly have stopped caring. I'm like, as long as you're loading the dishwasher, I'm not doing it. I don't care. Like I'm like, at least it's getting done, because I'm not gonna sit there, because I have this theory that men like to do things purposely poorly so that we'll go and do it after them. So then they're like, you know what, I'll just do it to begin with. And I'm not playing that game with you. You can't do it. I don't care. Figure it the hell out. I had to figure it out.
No, I really sometimes, okay, but I will say sometimes I'm that way too. Like
Oh
sometimes,
no. But I think they know that women are more like proactive naturally, that they're just like, get
like
out of
there
my way, let me just
I
do
don't
it.
remember even what it was, but P Dog was like, I'll just teach you how to do this or whatever. And I was like, oh, don't you worry. I rather live naively and you do it for me.
I know that's how it is with tea. Austin refuses to learn how to make tea. And I'm like, it's really not difficult. And I think he's just pretending he doesn't know how to. Because I'll be like sick and I'm like, can you just make me a cup of tea? And he'd be like, I don't know how.
Okay,
And
but
I'm like,
you are high maintenance when it comes to how you make your tea.
I have a kettle. All you have to do is put the water in the kettle and press on. And then when the water's done, which it turns itself off automatically, you put it in the cup. It's really not that difficult.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things too, like I don't drink coffee, so I don't really know how to make coffee. And I feel like if someone gave me like, especially like start Keurig, someone gave me a Keurig and was like, "Hey, can you make a cup of coffee?" I think I would be able to, but honestly, I'm not positive. Like
I'm telling you right now, I didn't know how. I went when I was in New York. We rented out this office and they had a Keurig, and like I hadn't gotten any sleep, so I was like, if I need to, I will, but I will do everything I can to avoid drinking coffee. And I'm an idiot having to ask somebody how to do this, because I was like, look, I don't drink coffee. I have no use for knowing how to utilize this machine, because I thought I didn't even know how to open it. Like I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then you have to like pour a certain amount of water. I don't know.
Yeah, that's where like I just would need the one where you like open it, you put a cup and you close it, you put a cup under, and then I think you just press a button. I need there to only be one button, because if there's more than one, then I'm screwed for sure.
Yeah, I got a mini 1 cup Keurig for Christmas, and we just do like chai tea pods.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just easier than, well, not that it's that much work, but like I'll just do like tea and it's just 1 cup, and then I have some coffee pods. But yeah, literally it's just, you put it, there's only one entire button on the machine other than like the on off on the side, which like is kind of, you don't know. It's just a bright button and you just press it. And I was like, thank goodness, because I also don't believe in reading instructions. Like I refuse to read the instructions. I refuse to look at the manuals. I have to figure it out by myself, or like it's not happening. I don't want to read it.
I wonder if like, how like as you get older, more tech comes out, but you don't want to learn the new tech.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be like more kitchen gadgets and stuff, and we're just not going to know how to use it. Like the
And what
Instant
was
Pot.
Instapot?
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, that thing. I wouldn't even
Like
look at
pressure
that.
cookers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't even. That thing looks like it has a lot of buttons.
Like I have one. Well, I had one, and then I bought a new one. So I gifted the old one to my parents. And this was years ago. But apparently, my parents have never used it because the other day my mom calls me because she's trying to figure out how to use it. And basically, like you put the lid on, and then you have to like you set how long it will cook, but and say you're going to cook it for 10 minutes. But it doesn't just immediately start cooking because it has to like get to pressure, kind of like preheating an oven. And my mom was understanding that. And like, I was like, well, the timer's not there. Like, it's still not at pressure. And she's like, it's been in there for this long though. And I'm like, so it just, depending on how much food you have in there, it might take a while to pressurize. And then she was just like, fuck this. I'm over this. Fuck this chicken. I don't even know. And I was like, dude, it's an Instant Pot. It's easy.
I've
But
never used an Instant Pot in my life. And I think I'm at that point where I'm too far along into my life to want to learn how. I guess that really is when you're getting older. You're like, I don't want to learn how to utilize other stuff because I'm comfortable in my own bubble.
I swear by them, but mainly because one, it's great for soups, and then great for chicken that you're gonna shred. But like, so during the summer, I don't use it at all. Like some days I'll be like, damn, I want to use my Instant Pot for something, and I like will leaving it on Pinterest and look, and Pinterest has absolutely no options of like summer recipes really because it's like soups.
Yeah.
And I ain't into summer soup.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess like I am getting at that age where if I haven't used it by now, I'm probably not going to. Like gadgets like that.
Do you think, you know how like Apple just came out with their goggles?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think we're all going to start wearing those?
I hope not.
But like, if you think about it, we probably felt the same way about like smartwatches.
Yeah, the smartwatches are dumb. I own one and I still think it's stupid. I think the thing with smartwatches is there's two type of people that have smartwatches. There's the people who use it to like actively track workouts. That's fine. And there's people who bought them because they think it looks cool. And it's like, what are there? And people are like scrolling on Instagram on their Apple Watch. And it's like, just pick up your phone.
Yeah.
Like I use, not that I've been great about working out, but I use it to track workouts. That is its main function for me. I don't use it because I think it looks good. I don't use it because I'm too lazy to go walk across the room to pick up my phone and I answered it on my watch. Like it's not what I use it for.
Yeah, I mainly got mine for tracking workouts, but I do like that I can just see texts on it.
Yeah, no, and I like that too, but that's just kind of like an additional function.
Yeah.
Like I did not buy this watch to respond to text messages.
Yeah. My original one didn't even have text. So yeah. I'd agree.
Yeah, no, it's insane. Dude, fucking tax season is coming up, or tax season is upon us.
Oh, I know. But you've already done yours.
I haven't submitted mine, but every year I'm like, I know I'm going to jail. Like, there's something wrong. I know there's something wrong. Like, please just send me a fucking Venmo request.
The fact that like, why do they have us do this every year when they already know?
That's why I'm like, just send me a Venmo request.
I'm not good at this. I don't know what I'm doing. Why are you judging me on something that I do once a year?
I know. I'm just trying to like do my job and like I'm doing the best I can out here. It's not great. Don't add taxes into the mix. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, not at all. And
I don't even like to call the doctor to make an appointment.
I don't even know how to find a doctor under my insurance to make an appointment.
Dude, oh my God, don't even start on that. When I was younger, I didn't know how to do that either. My mom printed out 8-page paper of just different doctors that we could go to. And like, I didn't really get it because I was like 12 years old. And she's like, you need to call all of these and figure out which one goes with our insurance. So me, 12-year-old, just like, hey, do you guys take like United Healthcare? And they're just like, yes. But like, I didn't understand that there's like just because they take United Healthcare doesn't mean that
They
they
might
take
not
your,
take
like,
your exact one.
yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, my mom was dumb for leaving me a 12-year-old trying to figure that out. Like, give me at least till I'm like 18. Come on. And so obviously I messed that up. It was like the vision doctor too. I don't even use glasses. Like, I don't know why I was tasked with this job.
That's because we have perfect vision, and if there's ever an apocalypse, we'll be the stronger species because we'll see.
Yeah, no, we're definitely, because we have better vision, our
We're gonna live
chances of
longer.
survival in an apocalypse are stronger. I said this, we were in line at an airport in Greece, and this guy was talking to us. I can't remember his name.
He had glasses, didn't
And he had glasses, and I was like, I'm a stronger being than you are. And he was like, what? And I was like, you wear glasses. If the world comes to an end and someone steps on your glasses, you're down one of the 5 senses.
Yep.
And he was like, you're totally right. I was like, you're welcome.
Yeah. I mean, when I started seeing this new guy, he
Okay,
has
off topic. My pants are on back to front.
dude. How do you always do this?
I don't know. It's my pajama pants.
So when because I don't really understand back to front. So the tag's up by your belly button.
Yeah.
I
How do I keep doing this? I put the shirt on back to front too when I put it on.
don't know.
This one doesn't have a tag, so it was like a little more confusing. But like
Yeah.
these pants, like, come on. When am I ever gonna get this?
I
Is this my men?
as we're shitting on other people, you can't be this dumb.
Is this my like men and dishwasher thing? Like, I just like cannot get the simplest task. Like,
No,
the dishwasher.
because
I
was
can't
gonna say no because it doesn't affect other people.
Yeah,
But
that is true. Until I start
It is.
procreating.
Jesus.
And my kids aren't able to do it either. Oh god. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to dress my kids for like till they're like 30.
You're gonna just have to start buying things that can be worn both ways.
I know. Well, I tried that with this shirt, and it was like, it was one of those things where I was like, is this the right way? Because there's no tag, but like you could feel it weird.
Yeah, I have one of those mainly because it's from Shein, so there's no tag other than like the side tag, like right here, you know. Whenever I'm putting it on, I'm like, okay, I always put the tag on this side, like, but I'm pretty sure I change which side every single time I put it on. Like, I'm like, yeah, mentally, I always put the tag on the right side, and then the next time, like, mentally, yeah, it always goes on the left side. But yeah, I don't really have that issue with pants
I keep having this issue.
or with tops. But anyway, yeah, when I started seeing P Dog, he wears glasses, and I literally was like, what happens if in the future a murderer comes in to where we're sleeping or something? And there's basically 2 options. I watch you with my perfect vision get murdered, or I have to take down the murderer because you're gonna be too busy Velma-ing to find your glasses.
Maybe hopefully he's smart enough to have like contacts that you can sleep in, which I don't know if that's a thing.
So this guy I work with, he told me that he has like young kids. I mean, the kids are probably like 12 or so now, but like young. And his daughter needs glasses. And he told us that she has contacts that you put in at night, sleep in them, and then you take them out in the morning and you have good vision during the day.
What? I feel like that might be for people who already don't have like terrible vision though, because there's some people that like there's no way like they can. I also just can't understand just waking up and just seeing, like, just open your eyes.
Oh yeah, like when like waking up and it being blurry.
Yeah, like I
don't know her, not me. It's not gonna be me.
I don't really get that.
Like, I wake up and see everything perfectly.
Yeah, and I just like start my day. I don't understand waking up and then having to like do something.
Have you ever put a contact in?
No, I don't even want to touch them. They freak me
out. That's something I have no idea. Like, it's like funny to think, like, if I'm on Amazing Race or something and I'm given a task and it's like literally put in a contact, I don't know.
You know, you're on Amazing Race. The 2 tasks. Make coffee, put in a contact.
I'm done for. I'm out.
I'm out.
I'm losing.
I don't. Do you think I don't know how to do?
Some people do that every single day.
Some
And
people drink coffee and put their contacts in every day. That is insane.
P-Dog, literally this morning.
I can't imagine being an avid coffee drinker either.
Me either. What personally, I can't even imagine liking coffee. Though I am an espresso martini girl, but coffee itself, I'm not in. I do love the smell, but no. I can't imagine relying on it. Like the people that drink like, yeah, there's some people that like, oh, like I'm gonna have my coffee today. One of my exes, he lived with this guy. This guy would come downstairs, like literally like all over the place, and then be like hunched over the counter, like as the coffee's being made. Like he literally could not function.
See,
I was like, how are you like this? And he was like, we were like 25.
I don't get that either. Like, I also just don't really understand, like, don't you just have energy? Like, I don't, but I have enough to, like, do stuff. Like, I'm tired all the time, but I don't understand. Like, people, like, there's people who get, like, migraines and stuff if they don't drink coffee. Like, I don't want to live like that, relying on something. I mean,
I just can't imagine. Like,
please come in. You're a devotee to coffee. You need contacts.
Yeah.
You're
dead.
You are done.
Yeah, no, I'm not really a caffeine girl to begin with. Even when we were starting this, I was like, ooh, should I like have some caffeine? Because I was like, it's a little too early for me to have a drink, and I didn't have any champagne. So I was like, what should I do here? Especially because I was like, I need champagne to celebrate Isabel's birthday, but
it's not until Thursday.
But yeah, I couldn't. I have my new champagne flutes that I got for Christmas. I still haven't used, so I was like, this could be great. And then I had no champagne. I was like, big L there, Haley. But I thought about caffeine, but I'm just not a caffeine girly. When I do have caffeine, I'm like zooted. I think I'm not using that word correctly because I'm pretty sure you used to use that word incorrectly. And then we found out zooted meant like cocaine.
Yeah, it means that you're high off of cocaine. I was telling everybody at work I was zooted, which I thought meant really tired. And so I was like, guys, I'm just zooted all the time. I was just not saying it.
I'm zooted at work.
Yeah, and then one day, like I would just kept saying that, and Austin one day was like, what do you know what you're saying? And I was like, I'm just like so zooted, like my brain isn't working. And he's like, it means that you're like coked out of your mind. And I was like, I've just been going around telling everybody this. Like nobody said anything.
They're like, damn, that girl.
He's like, it even sounds like you're like wired up. And I was like, does it? To me, it sounds like you're like, woof. Like
no, I see. Yeah. Like,
but now that he said it, I was like, no, that makes sense. Actually,
well, so I was using it in the right way. Just I'm not actually doing cocaine. It's when I'm doing caffeine, the different C drug. And like I'll dabble in like an Alani or like a Celsius. And I love Diet Coke, but I don't drink Diet Coke for the energy. I like drink it because I like it. But I love the aspartame. But thank goodness Alani started making the mini boys, because I drink a full Alani and I'm like, I'm drunk.
Yeah, I can't.
I'm not drunk because there's no alcohol, but I'm drunk. Like I'm like, I'm free as a bird.
Okay, one thing I was thinking, you open up a restaurant, why would you set yourself up for failure and only have Pepsi products?
Oh, I know. That's the most sad thing ever. And I understand when they're like, what's Pepsi out of like Chicago? It's a northern thing. Northwest.
I don't think so. I think it's like out of North Carolina. Yeah.
Where's Pepsi? No. Oh, apparently New York.
I know they have a huge
Pepsi. It started in New Bern, North Carolina.
Yeah, so that's why I know there's a huge Pepsi.
Interesting. Okay, well, I know it's a big thing in like Chicago. Like if you go to a Chicago pizza place, no matter even if it's in like Georgia, like obviously Atlanta's Coke 100% of the time, most of the time. But Yeah. And the Chicago pizzerias here still have Pepsi products. You know what really screws me up though with Pepsi products?
But
Taco Bell.
I
Taco
know
Bell
that's what made me think of that. Austin got
so much
Taco Bell
better.
breakfast, and he's like, I forgot they don't have. It's because Taco Bell is owned by Pepsi.
Well, they should not be.
I know it's rude.
Like it's the saddest thing when I mean I would probably go to Taco Bell more often if I knew they had Coke products. But they don't.
Yeah, I'm a huge Zoot girl, obviously. I well, I'm not
A
really a
huge
soda
what
drinker
girl?
either. Zoot.
I was like, did I hear that correctly?
No, I mean, I don't really drink soda to begin with often. I'll go through phases where I'm like, oh, I'm really wanting a soda, and then I won't. And obviously Coke only.
Yeah.
And if I'm drinking soda, like I'm gonna go all in. I'm not doing any of this diet stuff. I'm just doing the whole freaking
See,
shit.
I drink Diet Coke, but that's because I like the taste better. I don't
The
drink
Diet
Diet
Coke
Coke.
community would die for Diet Coke.
Yeah.
It is a cult.
I love a good Diet Coke. Like when it's spicy, that's the best. And I know like where like like everyone knows like McDonald's obviously has good Coke and stuff. I don't remember. It was some famous actor, I think. He was trending because he'll make I don't think he called them this, but like Diet Coke mimosas where he would
Yeah,
mix.
they were not good.
They weren't that good. Like I
Hank?
was like two of my favorite things. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm in champagne because usually like if I'm going to brunch, I'm usually getting a water, a Diet Coke, and a mimosa. And I was like, oh my god, two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
Two girls, one cup. Like, bam.
One girl, 3 cups.
And her emotional support water bottle. And I'm like, and so I was like, this is perfect combination. Hell yeah. Wasn't great.
No, it wasn't. I tried it and had really high expectations, and
Yeah, me
they were
too.
immediately shattered.
And
Not
I
good.
tried it more than once.
I did too, because I was like, maybe I'm not. So I just got a whole cup, and then obviously like champagnes. And first I just tried a little. I was like, maybe I'm just not adding enough, because I do like mimosa hold the orange juice.
Yeah.
Let me put it in myself.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe I'm just like doing it the way I usually drink mimosas, which is very little orange juice. So then I was like, kept adding more, and I was like, this is like not getting any better.
Yeah, no, not at all.
And then I was sad because then I had a messed up mimosa that I couldn't even really drink, because I was like, great, now this tastes like butthole.
And we can't waste the champagne.
And I couldn't, yeah. So I was like, sadly sipping.
One thing I will say that's becoming a slight regret is I think bands and rad mentality, it's for the girls.
Oh, for sure, for the girls.
It's not for the boys.
No. It's a lot easier to be rad as a boy, because you don't need to go buy a new outfit for this, and that. You own the same.
Yeah, but girls expect them to buy things out.
Yeah, but because they're not having to buy an outfit for XYZ, they're saving money there that they should be spending on us. So like, rad is for the girls.
It's for the girls. The boys, don't have to be bands.
It has
anything to do with me. And any
we did
girls
not make up this motto for the boys. We made this motto up for the girls.
Yeah. And so P-Dog will be like, well, it's not a rad day and stuff. And I'm like, no. I can't have you being rad because I'm not rad. I need you to be awful.
He also, if he doesn't have the Dailyo app, does it even count?
Yeah. And he's like, well, band. And I'm like, nope, you can't be bands. Only I can be bands. You're a boy.
Yeah. No. No, yeah. Vans is for the girls. Skinny is for the skinny. I'll share skinny with you.
Yeah. I was gonna say they can have WAP too.
No, they can't have WAP. They can have band. They can have skinny, and they can have YOLO.
Yeah, they can have YOLO.
YOLO's for the world.
YOLO is life.
This is like why things like this is where I'm like, you know what? We as women, like, they can't have the motto. They have to have like their own thing. We have to have rad. Like, we have to stay home from war. Like,
boys always have their own lingo anyway.
Yeah,
they can stay out of ours.
Yeah, I mean, also it's not my fault that you weren't smart enough to think of a word that works for your lifestyle. Oh my god, what if Drake tries to sue us?
By the motto.
It's got a
I
song.
don't think you can claim it. We were talking about this actually last night. I don't really understand copywriting when it comes to music because
So Slim, Eminem, he's suing this podcast because they're called Reasonably Shady and Slim Shady. He's suing them for a name.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's like, how do you shady is a word.
I mean, luckily, we're just really rad.
Yeah, maybe Dahlia will sue us.
So we went to the liquor store on the way to our pregame. We ended up getting some random seltzers. I had never seen them before, like Waterside, I think they're called, Surfside, whatever. If they want to sponsor us here, we're here. But we get those. We're pulling out, and I watched this guy, and like there's no one parked right next to me, but then like there's a car at the next one, and I watched this guy in the driver's seat chug a Tecate, and then he opens his door and puts out 2 cans of it. And he accidentally, I guess I was more obvious than I thought I was. And he saw me see him, and I was like, shit. So he puts down his window and he starts talking to me. I was like, oh, okay, I'll put mine down. And he put it in his like Yeti, apparently. And I guess of the 2 that didn't fit, he then chugs. And he was like, it's my first one. Drinking and driving doesn't count unless you hit something.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, I don't want you to drive near me.
That's so messed up.
And then he was like, do you girls like black guys? Because the other one's kind of cute about Burnett. And I was like, oh, she's taken. Lie, but obvious what we do as a girl in the world. And he was like, well, dang. He was like, I don't even like white girls, but you could be my Swiftie.
Oh my goodness, I'd cringe so hard. I'd be like, you need to leave me alone right now.
It was like time to pull out of the parking lot. And so we were like, what? But then, of course, I'm right behind him at the stoplight. And then, of course, we both take a left at the stoplight. And I was like, oh my God. And he was driving with his window still down. So I was like, if he tries to talk to us again. So I purposely was just driving so slow to stay behind his car so I didn't have to speak with him again. But yeah, that was a very interesting experience that we had at the liquor store too yesterday.
Some weirdos out there.
And just like honestly scary. Like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I also don't really like that mentality. Oh, it's not drunk driving. It's
yeah, and he was like, I'm just driving home. And if you're just driving home, just wait to eat that.
Wait till you get home.
Yeah, like how far are you driving, dude?
Yeah, like where are you driving, Charlotte?
Yeah, but yeah, that was wild. My mom loves to sneak a little bit of alcohol in her cups too, but like she's not driving. But like she'll casual. Like I remember, I think we were on our way to Christmas like mass, and I was like, "Damn, I forgot to bring my water." And she's like, "Oh, do you want some of my drink?" And I was like, "Sure." And she was like, "It's a pineapple ice, like those ice brand little long skinny water looking things." I was like, "Okay." All right, take a sip. And in my head, I'm like, "This tastes like a pina colada." And I'm like, huh, I guess like pina coladas do have pineapple in them. So I'm like going with it. Sure enough, then like a few minutes later, she's like, yeah, there's some Malibu in there. As we're on the way to church. And I was like,
I mean, Jesus drank. He made water and wine.
Like, if I knew we were pre-gaming mass, I would have brought my own drink.
Dude, I can't pre-game situations that I know I'm just going to end up like sitting there because then I'll just get sleepy. Like I have to continue drinking or I'm just going to get sleepy and the last thing I want to do is fall asleep at mass. Not that I'm going to heaven, but it would be nice to at least pretend like I am. Oh, actually, speaking of Jesus, did you know that your 33rd birthday is your Jesus birthday?
No, why?
That's the year that's how old Jesus was when he died. I found that out yesterday. I
didn't even know he got that old.
I know. I thought he only got to 32 or something.
I didn't even know he was in his 30s.
Yeah, I knew he was in his 30s, but
I had no. If someone had asked me 5 minutes ago, how old do you think Jesus was? I don't even know what ballpark I would have given you.
I think I would have probably said 28. But I feel like I knew that he got into his 30s. I think somebody like told me that once.
I truly like, obviously he was a baby, and then I have no idea where I would go. Like, if he did
Well, he went to
all the
school.
things he did, and for how long the Bible is, he definitely would be at least 18.
This is about to be a really dumb question, but what is the last psalm of the Bible?
Psalm was the word the other day. I have no idea. I
Like,
don't
I'm
even
wondering
know.
how far it goes after his death.
Yeah, for someone
Resurrection.
who did Sunday school her whole life. Yeah, well, that closes up with episode 4. And by the time this is out, the next day will be Isabel's birthday. And then next
Alrighty,
episode, she'll be a boring ass 29-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.